Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Grand Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have stolen a junkyard, which means it's time for them to move on to collect the Hourglass of Eternity. But will Butthole actually be able to get a wedding invitation because he's a lord? How will Dawdle being in a genocidal goblin's body complicate things? And will Juniper figure out what's going on with the friggin' Great Collide? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
So over the course of the night, you're able to kind of set up the junkyard how you see fit. The rest of the Jerrys, again, the majority of the tribe has encampments and permanent habitation out in the woods, but a number of the ones who are out in the woods kind of come into town, come under cover of darkness, and a number of the ones who are in the workshop go to find their friends and family. They put together a team to go aid the McSquiggly, so they're going to send people off towards that. They're also dispatching teams to go free anyone who's been sent to other cities.
Yeah, we'll give them all the deeds so they can figure out where people are and that kind of thing.
The lead Jerry, who you guys saved, is working on that. But in terms of what you guys want to do, what Al's described, so there's 3 days of festivities. The first day is the bestowing of gifts. The second day is the bestowing of strength. And the third day is the bestowing of beauty. So you've got sort of a day that will be, basically the marketplace will be bustling with artisans. And the idea is that all the most talented artists and crafting people and artisans of all shapes and sorts will attempt to create the perfect wedding gift in public display. There'll be lots of opportunities to buy things. At the end, one perfect gift will be chosen. The rest will be auctioned off to kind of wealthy noble house folk who are around, as well as guests of the wedding. But it's also a good chance for you to equip for the masquerade, which will be happening on the third day, the bestowing of beauty. So there will be masks and costumes and that sort of thing for sale. So in terms of gearing up, a good place to do that. The second day is the bestowing of strength. It's a tournament overseen by Gremlock herself. Basically, it's a standard tournament of champions. Strong warriors of all sorts will enter the tournament, fight your way to the top, kind of ladder situation. The winner will be named the champion of the wedding and will be invited to kind of stand as an honor guard for the ceremony. And the third day is the bestowing of beauty, a masquerade ball that a lot of the sort of local lords and ladies will be at. Since it is the night before the wedding, the majority of the guests will be in attendance, and it's kind of a chance for everyone to mingle and show off their wealth under a slight guise of anonymity. So you've got sort of 3 days coming up. The fourth day is the wedding. You have the workshop now. You also have Al's place as kind of 2 bases of operations. I will leave you to plan.
Is there any paint in these workshops?
Yes.
All right, Doll's gonna spend the night painting some like flowers and stuff on the walls, do like little hearts. She does a portrait of Queenie. It's not very good. She did a portrait of all of Juniper's little personas. She's got a little creepy Echo and Miss Paisley. What a butthole with like blood on his hands.
And then I would ask if you could also make us a new sign for the front of the junkyard that just says the TikTok Collective.
Why a TikTok Collective?
Well, because of the TikTok goblins. And we all, because I believe strongly in both unions and the basic tenets of feudal socialism, we all own an equal part in the store, just like all of the different goblins do, because if they're going to work towards, then everybody should have a share of profits. So it's collectively owned, so we'd call it the TikTok Collective.
Are we trying to be, like, secretive about the fact that we did kind of commandeer this junkyard, though?
Here's the thing. I'm going to have to announce myself as a local lord at this thing for me to be able to get into the party, because we can only win 3 spots. So what I'm thinking is we'll just say I bought it.
Lord of the Junkyard. It's a very respectable title.
It's one of my many business interests, house farts, etc.
Mrs. Paisley can forge a good deed for you. So.
Oh, perfect. And we've got their signatures on a bunch of deeds that are around.
I paint a sign. It's not very good. This is TikTok Collective.
Are any of the letters adorably inverted?
I do really good bubble letters.
All right, great.
They're bubble letters and all the K's are backwards.
I was going to say, it's got to be the K's, nothing else. Yeah, it's a backwards T. No one can tell.
I mean, it is. The goblins really like it better.
Yeah,
you have to paint the T the backwards way.
Yeah. That's all they care about. They just like the craftsmanship.
When it comes to planning, if I can talk my way in, and I should be able to, because I am a legitimate lord. Juniper, you've probably the person to win the fight tournament, right?
Absolutely. And as your hand, I should have that right.
I completely
fight
agree.
For you.
The gift thing is a tricky one. There's kind of 2 ways we can go about this. We can either try to steal something really cool from someone who sucks, because Donald cares about being nice to nice people, and I like that as an influence, and it should affect us. Or we could try to scout out what everybody else is doing and make the coolest gift here at the workshop because we have an amazing workshop.
You have the evening, so if you want to try and go to any of these taverns and investigate or just kind of like walk around town, there you might be able to gather more information about what sort of things are going to be built and see if any of them are things you want to pursue.
Yeah, if we do that, because that was Jerry Jerryson telling us that.
Yeah, guys, there's all sorts of information around town.
If we go out and we get info on what the gifts are, we sort of have two things. A, we can make the perfect thing, or B, we can steal something from an evil person before they've announced that it's theirs, and then it's ours. But we got a timeline. Let's go find out what other people are giving us gifts in town.
Yeah.
Sure. Having decided on your course of action, you head out to town. It's late at night now, so really you're kind of looking at taverns and then certainly people in the street. You can hear that there's a great deal of excitement about the day of the bestowing of gifts. Often there's a number of amazingly good clocks that are made, so like everyone's pretty excited about seeing the clocks. But there will be all manner of gifts being crafted, as well as just great opportunities to buy things. So you hear a lot of people kind of talking in excited hushed tones about what they hope they're going to be able to buy. It's like Amazon Prime Day. Everyone's just real jazzed about burning a bunch of money on shit they didn't really need, but like, hey, it's on sale. So where are you specifically looking for information?
Quinny, do you think old three-eyed Al would have an idea of what might be coming through that'd be easy to boost, that'd be really valuable?
Sure, probably.
That might make more sense than us because we need to know stuff that not everyone has heard of. Because if everyone in town knows that there's this amazing thing made by this person, if we steal it, we're screwed. So, Quinny, do you want to lead us to Al? I don't know how to find him. You're so good with these weird criminals.
I mean, he's probably just hanging out back above that old fish shop, that stinky hideout we went at.
So you make your way to Al's, and as you walk in, you see he's like actively trying to build a little music box and failing horribly. And he's just like trying, and you walk in and you kind of surprise him. He's like, and he kind of like drops some springs and stuff. And he's like, hey guys. Oh, I didn't know you were coming here. Oh, hey, Doddle. Hey guys.
What are you working on there?
Oh, just, I thought I was going to maybe enter the contest tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I was trying to make this music box, but it's not going too well.
Oh, no,
definitely
looks
for the
great.
contest. Yeah, thank you. That really means a lot.
What song does it play?
Well, I can't make it play anything yet. I was trying to make it do Teenage Dirtbag, but so far, no
That's
luck.
a bad song.
Oh,
That song saves lives. Don't listen to him.
okay.
It's a lifesaver.
Wow, that you've really rocked my already shaky confidence.
I think it's going to be really great. Can I take a look at it and see if there's anything I could do to help?
No, that's cool. And you seem like awkwardly kind of like try and shuffle it away and hide it.
Oh, you shouldn't be ashamed of your art.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's cool. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. No, it's nothing. No, it's nothing.
You spent so much time on this. You deserve to be very proud of it.
Can you roll me a insight check?
Because I want to help. Dirty 20.
You can see that the small figure who spins on it looks like a crudely constructed little figurine. It seems to be wearing like a long coat with a scarf.
What color is the hair of this figurine?
He hasn't painted the head yet.
Hey, that figurine is wearing what I'm wearing. That's pretty neat.
You know what? That just must have been in my head because like I saw you yesterday. So like I just must have. That's a funny coincidence.
I'm like your muse.
Yeah. You like my muse.
I'm your
Yep.
music box muse.
Yes, you're my music box. No, I tried a thing. Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
I was wondering if you knew about any of the other gifts that are coming in for the competition
Oh,
tomorrow.
I don't know anything about the competition.
No? You
But
don't
you're
know?
entering it.
Oh, right. I am, because this is for the competition. Yes. I know that I'm making a music box for the competition.
Is that a gift for Donald that you're
Roll
making?
me an insight check.
It's a 7.
Yes, it clearly is a gift for
Wow, even
Donald.
with a 7.
He's very flustered.
So the question stands, is that a gift for Donald?
It was gonna be, but you know.
Still can be, my man.
Gift?
Yeah, I was gonna try. I mean, it seems like you've been through a lot lately. I thought maybe you'd like something nice. And I know Teenage Dirtbag always makes me feel better.
I think you're very nice, three-eyed owl.
Thanks, Doddle. Anyway, here you go. It hands you like a tiny box with like a crudely carved figure of you, and it doesn't really play music, but like it's well intentioned.
Oh, thank you. You're the apple of all two of my eyes.
Oh shucks! You also realize he's having a hard time making a music box because he's got Ninja Turtle hands. It's like,
3-fingered out.
yeah. So you want to know about the contest? Look, I'm afraid I don't know much. I was planning on trying to boost something, but I got distracted with music box building.
wow.
Al, who's the best artist that would show up for this? Like, you got to know some big names kind of thing,
so
right?
there's 3 major artists coming through. There's a lot of local people, but I mean, really, it's usually like the foreign talent is really where to keep your eye out. There's a major sculptor named Klepto Branson. There is a famous painter named Chad Spriggins. And there is an ice sculptor named Alma Morton.
Do you know where these people are staying?
Usually, the artisans have to book into the local taverns and inns. There aren't a lot of places to stay. So there's the 3 inns along the river. There's the Gilded Bear, which I think the sculptor might stay there. Klepto's got a reputation for kind of like living a bit rough. You know, he's one of those artists that just loves the bohemian thing. So he'll probably be there. You can likely find the ice sculptor Alma at the Flame Inn. I know that's ironic, but that's how she rolls. And the painter could be anywhere. No one really knows much about Chad Spriggans. There are also likely other artists in town. Those are just the 3 major ones that
They're the 3
big
big hitters. Yeah.
They're the 3 that people have been talking about that they're most excited about. That said, the previous time there was a wedding in town, it was an unknown who won. So people are excited about seeing these 3 people. That doesn't necessarily mean their work is the best.
Can we get the sculptor? Because I feel like the sculpture might be the easiest thing for us to get. We have an idea where Klepto is.
I've been to the Gilded Bear once already. It's not a nice place.
No, we're probably not welcome back there.
No.
Why not?
Three-Eyed Al here was in a bit of a situation when Juniper and I were on the scene, and we kind of busted that fight up and took him out of there before he could, quote-unquote, pay for his drinks.
Right.
I tackled the doorman through a door.
Sicked
that's
a flock of seagulls on them.
Oh, that's not great. But, they haven't seen me in Butthole yet. Maybe we could go.
Yeah, we could go in. I'm a rich aristocrat. It's the first time the lie has just been true.
And I'm very small and very friendly. What's not to like about us?
Yeah, maybe we could get him to come talk about something elsewhere, and then we kidnap them, and then we find out where their sculpture is, and it becomes our sculpture.
Let's make that plan B. Plan A is if you can spot the sculpture, just take it. Kidnapping Klepto, I think, draws
Wait.
unnecessary heat.
You can turn invisible, right, Doddle?
Yeah.
If you can turn invisible, you could just go take the sculpture, right? And if I distract Klepto in the bar.
Hypothetically, yes.
Perfect. I think we've got a pretty strong plan here. Let's put it to a vote. Who thinks we should do this? I raise my hand.
I raise my hand.
I think about how this is the plan that's supposed to get me into the wedding and how unconfident I am, but I raise my hand anyway.
Okay, let's go steal the sculpture.
You're on sculpture. I'm on getting our artist to come outside so we can kidnap the artist, so there's no one to say it's been stolen. Quinny, you're the best at talking to people probably out of all of us. Juniper, you're also pretty crafty. What feels like the right story to get someone to come out of a place?
If you're a rich lord, I think you're entitled to, view some of this guy's beautiful work, or at the very least to meet him and shake his hand.
Maybe offer patronage?
Yeah, definitely offer to, what's the word?
Commission something.
Thank you. Yep.
Yep, we got there together. Cool. I'm sure he's got big sculptures somewhere, so we can't have a big sculpture in there. So I say I want to see bigger work because I want to commission a piece. Boom, walks outside, kidnap, friendly.
So Quinny and Juniper, you've already been there. Are you going with them?
I don't think we can. No.
We can hang around out back.
Oh, if you go to the opposite side of the river, we saw you tackle a guy into the lake, and then you could follow us or whatever if that wants to work.
Just in
Sure.
case things go south.
We'll
Okay.
go back to the junkyard then.
Butthole and Doddle, you make your way down along the riverbank. Again, it's sort of late at night, but the pubs are certainly still active. You arrive at the Gilded Bear. You're met by a giant metal door. Upon knocking on it, a little slit opens, and you see a small, glowering pair of gnomish eyes staring through. It says, "Hey, what's the password?"
I go invisible.
I just hold up 50 gold.
Damn, that's a good password. So he takes the 50 gold. He's like, "But your invisible friend better stay visible in here, or else we're gonna have trouble."
Turn visible again, invisible friend.
Okay.
I told you, Emily, you're not supposed to go invisible.
Whoa,
we're trying to pay cover.
You got a goblin, Emily?
She's good at what she does.
I'm good at what I do.
I respect that. I'm a gnome bouncer. My life's weird too. You hear him climb down his little ladder, and he pushes the door open. And as you enter, Doddle, he puts out his hand to you, and he says, "I always respect when one of us small folk takes on a job that people say we can't do. It's good to meet you. My name's Caillou Threeptorp."
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Caillou. I'm sorry I went invisible there. That sometimes happens when I get really nervous.
Hey, that's okay. Sometimes, and he like flexes his little gnome muscles. He's like, "Sometimes these guys come out to flay when I don't want to either, because someone says something wrong to me trying to come in this door. So I get it. We small folk got to stick together." You know, I got tackled into a river the other day.
What? Oh, that's so. Who would have done
This
such a thing?
tall monster.
Ah, how monstrous of them! Oh, God, they deserve to die.
Yeah, they fucking do.
Ah.
Yeah, if I ever see that lady again, I'm gonna fucking shiver.
Oh, you know what? Maybe she was just having a rough day.
You know who else had a rough day? Me. I almost drowned.
I'm going to
Oh,
walk
my God.
past them.
So, Butthole, you walk into the Gilded Bear of the dank taverns you've been in. This is truly the dankest.
So dark that it's dank?
Yeah,
could
so
one
dark
say?
that it's dank, yes. It's a sort of a large rectangular room. You can tell that at some point this would have been a boat storage facility or something. Low ceiling. There's a bar against the northeast wall with sort of massive kegs of ale on the wall behind them. There's a bartender who seems to be sort of singing a song kind of quietly to himself, and the patrons on the bar kind of tapping along. He's a Tabaxi bartender, just kind of like walking along and playing the spoons and things on stuff as he serves. And he's pouring stein after stein after stein and just like whipping them out. There's a series of tables. There's a fire burning in the hearth. It's very crowded. It's very sweaty and humid in here. The walls kind of drip with condensation. There's a bunch of artwork, all of which seems to have been taken from either places that burned down or was clearly stolen. So it's all vaguely warped or burned or in some cases bloody. There are a bunch of patrons at all the tables, a bit of a rough crowd. Everyone seems to be in good spirits. In the northeast corner, there seems to be a stairwell descending down.
I'll go to the bar, order a drink. I'll wait for a lull in songs. I don't want to interrupt this mood. It's kind of like everybody's in a good zone.
Yep.
But I want to ask the bartender if Klepto's around. How do I find Klepto?
Oh, hello.
Well, hello.
New friend.
Oh, you know what? So many people don't start off assuming friendship, and I feel like they should.
That's because so many people aren't friendly enough. Sounds like you could use a pint. And he pours you like one of those hospitality-sized pints where it's clearly much smaller, but it's free. He hands it to you.
Great. I'm going to tip $5 just for the free drink. I'm
And
down with that.
he palms it. Like it just disappears off the table. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Bart, the bartending bard. You caught me between songs. I really appreciate that. I could see you waiting. Not many people do that, so I very much appreciate it.
Honestly, you're super talented. It's just quite pleasant to sit here. So I was in town for the wedding. You know,
of course,
it
yes.
seems very exciting. But I've heard of this Klepto the sculptor.
Ah, yes. Klepto Branson.
Yes, is Klepto staying here? I'm trying to chase down Klepto. I've got interest in a commission.
Listen, as you know, of course, I can't name any of our famous patrons who stay here. We're a very fine, legitimate establishment.
Absolutely. I would never want you to do that. Let me give you an unrelated tip. And I put 50 gold on the bar.
I appreciate this unrelated tip, but I mean, truly, information of this sort is worth several unrelated tips.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Also, I mean, you sing good music, so I'll put another 100 gold on the bar.
That's more like an unrelated tip I can get behind. Pardon me a moment. He sort of pushes you to one side and throws a dagger. And he hits a guy in the shoulder who's trying to take one of the paintings off the wall. It's like, I've told you once, I've told you 100 times, Henry, you leave that where it is. Sorry, he's really pissed. That used to belong to his ship before it sank. Completely unrelated causes, of course.
Listen, I know my naval law, and if you got it from a ship that's sinking, it's yours.
Right, take to the sea and all that. Very good. So Klepto is currently busy. He's a regular patron here. We actually rent him out a small workshop downstairs. But I must say, he's not terribly into visitors. But you could visit him if he's down there. I actually don't know if he's here today, though.
I'll just go check to see if he's here. Or where would he be if he's not here?
I haven't the faintest. I don't make it a habit to ask people. But yes, his room is downstairs.
I'll go knock on the door. We'll see what happens. What does Klepto look like?
Klepto is a very almost emaciated human fellow, very, very thin, very moody, wears very fine robes, buzzed head, and he's got a tattoo of a butterfly in his forehead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check his room. Otherwise, sounds like he's somebody I'd spot in a crowd.
Oh, yes, very much so.
We'll be back probably for another drink later. Thank you so much, my friend.
You're most welcome. And remember, I didn't tell you any of that.
No, absolutely.
As you leave, he throws another knife into Henry's back. He's like, I fucking told you! So you make your way downstairs. Doddle, are you coming with?
So do you often find that strangers showing you signs of aggression has impacted your ability to make friends in your everyday life?
Well, I mean, yeah. Most of my job is throwing people who would like to have a drink out of a place where they can get a drink, So a lot of people get real mad. That's why I had to get so buff.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel pretty good about being buff. I'm swole.
Oh, but do you think that your confidence is coming from a place of toxic masculinity?
Maybe, but that sounds like the kind of thing a chick would say,
Oh, do you find that your value is based completely on your ability to beat other people up?
You start to see tears well in his eyes. No, I'm deeper than that. I'm a good person at heart.
I think we made a real breakthrough today. It's been lovely chatting with you. You can pay the bill later. I gotta go follow my friend right now.
As you walk away, he just sinks to his knees. He's like, is that all I am? Am I just these sick pecs? Maybe I am. Meanwhile, people are just coming into the bar, and you hear Bart being like, damn it, watch that. Then you just start singing a song, paying your tab. So, Doddle, you join Butthole as you guys make your way down. It's a metal spiral staircase that kind of descends into a second floor that's sort of full of the rooms. It's all torchlit down here. It's super gross. There are 6 rooms, kind of are in a hallway with 6 doors, 3 on either side. At the far end, you can see there's a communal bathroom and shower.
There's nothing differentiating any of the rooms. They're all identical doors.
It's a tavern. No one decorates their doors.
All right, I'm just going to look at Dawdle and be like, you should probably go invisible now. I got to just randomly knock on doors until we find Klepto.
Okay, this doesn't make me nervous at all. Let's go.
Honestly, 5 out of 6 doors, we're just going to say hi. I'll go to the first door on the left and knock.
You knock on the door. You hear some shuffling, and an orc in like a classic Ebenezer Scrooge style sleeping gown and sleeping cap opens, and she's like, "Hello?
Oh, sorry, wrong room. I was looking for Klepto Branson.
Who's Klepto Branson?
That's who I'm looking for. Just go back to sleep. I'm really sorry.
I knew I should have stayed at the Flame Inn." She slams her door.
I'll go to the next door on the left. Knock, knock.
You hear a multitude of voices grunting and thumping.
Oh,
I'm
my.
I'm going to leave that one alone for now, but remember that door.
Why did you knock on that door?
There's a lot of grunting and thumping in there, which makes me think someone is either having a very good or a very bad time.
Well, maybe he's in a fight.
Listen, when a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, or any combination thereof with a non-binary person, or however they identify, love, like, enjoy each other's company, or even dislike each other, but in a consensual way, or experiencing physical pleasure, I'd knock on the third door.
There's no answer.
I'm going to go across the hall. Let's try that door. I'm feeling lucky.
A similar situation to the first door. A sleepy elf answers.
I'll do the last 2 doors.
You don't hear an answer from either door.
So I have 3 empty doors. Invisible Dawdle, I have to say to the air. Can you pick locks?
I could see myself as the kind of person that could pick locks.
I can't. So we've got 3 doors that have nothing going on. Can you try to get in any? Do you know what? I should just go around those. We'll try the doorknob. That feels like I'm being... Dawdle, you're one of those sounding boards that makes you smarter just talking to you. I want to try the doorknobs on the 3 doors.
So the first door you tried, the door opens and it's just an empty room. The 2 at the end of the hall are both locked.
Okay, I need you to try to pick these locks. And I just point at those 2. And then I stand back and just hope it's happening because I can't see anything.
Okay, so Dawdle, you approach the lock. How do you want to try and pick this lock?
Well, I could just maybe like dimension door in, but then this greater invisibility thing is a concentration thing, so that might end poorly for me. So do you want me to try and pick this lock, or do you want me to just poof inside the room?
At this point, the people upstairs know you're here and no one's answering, so I have to assume they're not in there. If you want to poof, I mean, go ahead.
If I poof inside the room, can we figure out like a code word or something so that if you need to bust in the door and save my ass? Also, you never told me what this guy we're looking for looks like, so I was just kind of waiting for any sort of...
Old, tall, very thin, giant butterfly tattoo on his forehead, no hair.
That's like what I want to look like when I grow up. Let's go!
With that, you approach the door, you put your hand on the doorknob, and then you like wink at Butthole and step through a dimension door as though you're opening the regular door.
I'm very impressed.
Now I'm going down the flight of stairs.
Yeah, then you're like an elevator. It's all taking a lot of concentration. You dimension door through into an empty, small bedroom. What's really odd about this, though, is there is a lamp burning. Also, this room looks, for lack of a better term, like an IKEA showroom. Everything looks fine, but also very underused.
Okay, I jump up and grab the doorknob and open the door for Butthole.
The door swings open. Butthole, that is also what you see. Can you both roll me an investigation check, please?
Yeah.
Or a perception check. I'll take either one.
Yeah, I'll use perception because I have no idea about anything ever. 21 for me.
I got a 10.
So, Dawdle, you are convinced that this is a room and that people could sleep here. You're looking at that bed pretty hungrily. Like, that looks like a good nap. But Butthole, as someone who has slept in a bunch of these sorts of dives over the years, you can kind of tell something's off. So kind of looking around the room, you see that there seem to be scrape marks on the bed's feet. They seem to have left little divots in the ground.
This makes sense. Okay, so I want to close the door behind me so that no one sees that I'm doing this. And then I just want to go over and just like gently tug on the bed in the way that would move it into those divots.
The bed starts to slide away, and as soon as it does, you're hit with a smell. I don't know if you've ever been by a brewery, but just you can almost smell like the barley and the yeast cooking in the air, and it's that. So it's just like a wave of heat, and that you can hear sounds of bubbling. As you pull it away from the wall, it seems like there's a ladder down.
Are we going down there?
Well, we've got to find Klepto, right? I mean, it smells like booze, which doesn't make me think sculptor, but artists sometimes have weird processes.
You know what else doesn't make me think sculptor? A secret trap door in the ground. That doesn't seem like a sculptor thing. I was more picturing sculptures.
That makes sense. So, do you want to go or should I go?
Well, I definitely don't want to go. So
Okay.
how about you go first? Wait, I could go invisible. Wait, Otto's still around, isn't he? All right, I got poof Otto.
Oh, hello.
Hi, buddy.
Hey.
Can you do me a favor real quick?
Yeah, sure. What?
Can you please go down this ladder and see what's going on down there?
Why don't you guys want to go down the ladder?
You're smaller than me, so if there's anything down there, Not only will you not die, you'll just poof back into the Fey realm, but also you're less likely to be seen. So you're really the best candidate for this job.
Well, I feel self-confident. I'll do it.
Oh, I'm glad.
So Otto scuttles down the ladder and starts skittering into the room. And then all of a sudden you hear and you can feel that Otto has disappeared.
Well, what could possibly go wrong?
All right, I'm going down the ladder.
So, Butthole, you climb down the ladder. At the bottom of the ladder, you see a collection of mouse traps, one of which is snapped shut. But it seems like mice and rats are a common occurrence. You can definitely see like a dead mouse and a couple dead rats in other traps sitting around. They don't look like they've been cleaned in a while. You find yourself in a massive tunnel space. You can see there's water running through the center of it and then diverging at a T-junction to the right, going through a large grated hole in the wall. It looks like this would have been part of the sewer system at some point. You can see there are 4 very large vats that are being tended by some very sweaty and gross-looking dwarves. These dudes just do not look great. One of them's like up on a ladder stirring, another one's carrying in bags of grain. At the far end of the room from where you are, you can see a door with a sign over top that says management. But otherwise, there's just these gross dwarves making pretty gross ale. You feel a little ill knowing you drank some of this, but like also, you're not picky. Currently, they haven't seen you. There's 3 of them. They're very distracted with making the ale. What do you do?
I'm at war with myself because my innate curiosity makes me want to talk to the management, but I'm also aware that visiting this place is not actually really on our to-do list because I don't think it's run by a guy from out of town.
You do recall that Bart let slip that they often rent him workshop space.
Oh, this is all very possible. I think I'm just going to walk forwards and be like, hello, I got sent to talk with the management.
Bart, he's upstairs.
Cool. I'll go talk with him then. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to bother you. Is everything good down here? Is he treating you right?
They all look really suspicious, given that you came through a secret ladder door. Listen, no one's supposed to be down here. How'd you find this place?
All you got to do is look around. And then honestly, I'm looking at buying businesses in the local area. I just bought the junkyard, and I was looking at the bar and a couple other locations. Bart said he had a good operation running, so I just wanted to keep an eye on what's going on.
Deception check, please.
14.
They're still suspicious. They don't quite buy your story, but they also don't entirely disbelieve it. Well, I mean, again, you'd have to talk to Bart about that. We just make the ale. With the wedding coming up, we know there's lots of guys coming through here going to be very thirsty, so, we got to make as much as we can.
May I go invisible and head downstairs?
Sure, yep.
I do that.
You climb down the ladder.
I'm going to go up and take a little peek-a-poo inside of the management door.
Can you roll me a stealth check with advantage, please?
Yeah.
So that is a 20.
Whoa.
I'm a goblin!
As Butthole continues to have like an incredibly awkward business conversation with 3 blue-collar beer brewing dwarves, you slip past them into the management office. To your left, you can see a door, classic kind of shitty bullpen style management office. So like glass windows, a door leading in. There's like a ceiling fan slowly turning based on some TikTok gear that's tied to like a rat running in a wheel. The desk is in horrible disarray. There's files everywhere. Looks like Bart probably lives down here. There's like a scratch post. You ignore the litter box. Behind you, there is a storage room with the door closed.
Can I try and open the door?
Yeah, you want to roll me a stealth check?
That's 20 again.
20? Great. So you gently ease the door open, and inside you can hear a human voice going, oh, no. Oh, that's not right at all. Not right at all.
Sneaking in.
You sneak in. You see, to your surprise, there are several people tied to chairs and gagged who seem to be drugged and dropping in and out. You see Klepto walking back and forth, stroking his chin, yelling at a figure who's wearing very fine robes, who seems to be readjusting into various poses. But you can see they're moving very slowly and almost painfully as though they're slowly being paralyzed. Then he goes, oh, there, hold that. And they snaps his fingers and they start to paralyze.
Oh, he's one of those Bioshock Rapture artists.
Oh, my God. This is terrifying. Radio, then. What do I do? This is all her internal monologue.
I was about to ask.
I'm going to give him a taste of his own medicine, and I'm going to cast Hold Person.
All right, how's hold person work?
Wisdom saving throw.
He succeeds.
Do you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like his body starts to freeze and he stands still.
Hold person is concentration.
I was just
so
gonna
that
say.
would mean you're visible now, right?
Yeah. So he holds still, turns, sees you, you yell, fuck. He snarls, he snaps his fingers, and the person who was moving shatters. And he says, never sculpted a goblin before. Roll for initiative.
What?
Roll for initiative.
Why does this? Oh, God. 15.
He goes first.
Good.
Good?
is sarcastic.
Oh, okay. Can't tell anymore.
He throws one hand out, and suddenly you feel your eyes getting very, very heavy. Going to cast sleep on you.
Oh no.
Are you still having a business conversation in the other room? Oh, buddy of mine that I did not say I was coming down here
Yeah,
to?
for the record, I still think you're upstairs.
Oh, that's so great. What a great time we're all having
You
here.
didn't take
What
that nap either, did you?
No, I didn't. What a dandy
gonna
adventure
figure
we're
into
all
it.
on.
If you succumb to the sleep spell, at least you're sleeping.
Doddle, what's your HP?
38.
Doddle, you were so sleepy, just so sleepy. And as he waves his hand in front of your eyes, it's less like he's casting a spell and more like he's just extended an invitation to you that you've always wanted to take. And with a happy smile across your face, you collapse unconscious. Cut back out to the brewing room. So you're continuing to have a conversation with the dwarves. So the dwarves at this point are kind of like, okay, but like when you're talking about this union, do we get to join the union?
My goal is always that I think all workers should be unionized to make sure you get fair wages. Because are you guys making triple overtime for this overnight you're pulling right now?
Well, I mean, no. I mean, that seems unfair to the employer. I mean, he just keeps telling us, I mean, like, our job's to make the beer, so we're making the beer.
Which is totally true. But if you realize, because it's an event, he's going to be selling at a premium price.
I mean, I guess that is true. What do you think about that, Bill? Well, I think he's got a point. I really think we should listen to this guy.
Buying the junkyard, we shifted it into a collective. And I very well think if I buy this place, I think this should be a collective as well. You guys should all have a share of the profits for the time you're putting in, as well as fair and reasonable wages, plus free healthcare.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, we three brothers, no one's ever asked us if we're related, but we are. We three brothers, we've been brewing this beer for a good long time. It's pretty good ale. You had some upstairs?
I did. It was
Hey,
delightful.
You want to try? Look, listen, we got a triple filtered batch over here. You want to try some?
Absolutely,
All right,
yes.
let's go try that. Smash cut back to the junkyard. So Quinny and Juniper, what are you doing in the meantime?
I would be watching across the river, watching my friends go in, and then heist, getaway driver, kind of burglar. Well, not necessarily getaway driver, but
Well, you could drive a getaway wagon. I believe in you.
But just that kind of like counting down the seconds into minutes, into tens of minutes, being like, okay, they're starting to take a little longer than I anticipated thing. I don't know if just based on the speed at which things have happened, I don't know if Quinny's like marching over there just yet, but he is getting kind of like worried. We didn't establish any way to communicate with each other. None of my magic helps with that. Juniper?
Yeah.
Would you mind shapeshifting into someone that the bouncer hasn't seen and asking about a friend?
Yeah, sure.
You know, a large, bald, red-bearded guy and a short goblin girl, if the bouncer had seen them at some
Well,
time?
I think Grandpa Warwick seems like someone who could spend a lot of money.
His name is Grandpa Warwick.
Quinny also doesn't know his name. Is like, Grandpa, sure, like whatever, like your call. But what I need for you to do is to come to, you see that window over there? And I gesture to like the window that's kind of closest to the door on the main level. I need you to stand in that window and give me the A-OK all clear symbol or the big crossed arms X we're in big trouble symbol based on what you find out when you go in there.
Okay.
And if I don't see you,
A-OK crossed arms. A-OK crossed arms.
like, is old man Warwick going to remember this
A-OK
shit? Or
crossed arms. There's no guarantee, but I will try. A-OK crossed arms.
This is both Quinny and Tyler's nightmare.
Yeah. I guess I need to say about like Quinny's just like aggressively rubbing his temples and squinting and just like trying to mitigate a panic attack. It's like, this is the first step to getting into the wedding and we are blowing it.
Smash cut back to the basement. So there's a pneumatic tube style system set up between the upstairs and downstairs, and a message comes down in the tube, and one of the doors says, hey, hang on, sorry, one sec. Oh, shit, guys. You came in through the bedroom ladder, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, listen, that artist guy, he just got back, and he's real pissed off that someone was in his room. Apparently, he's causing a big stink up in the bar. Bart just sent this message down. Look, you got to go smooth that over, because I really like the idea of this sale, but, like, Bart and that sculpted dude are tight, so, like, maybe you can go smooth it over?
Yeah. I'll go do whatever
Apparently,
I
he
need
just
to do.
got back, and he's super pissed that someone rifled through his room.
Oh, that's weird. We didn't even rifle through any of his stuff. I moved the bed, though, and I think I left the bed open. Yeah, that's my bad. Okay. I'll go deal with it. I'll go deal with it.
All right, great, thanks. So you make your way back upstairs, and Klepto is actively, like, tapping on the bar. Bart seems like very, very apologetic. And he's like, oh, hey, no, like, obviously I didn't tell them, where your room was. I wouldn't tell anyone where you are. Anyway, oh, wait, there's the guy. There's the guy who's looking for you. Hey, new friend, come over here. Hey.
Hello.
And Klepto says, can you explain why you are in my room?
Klepto. Yes, I was trying to find you. I heard from a friend of a friend out on the street. I asked around. I've got good connections. I've been looking to make a commission. So I'd been told where your room was. I knew there was space, so I went down. the door was unlocked. I don't even know how that happened. And then the bed was open, so I was just there. I was looking around. I thought you'd be down, workshop maybe, whatever. So now that I've met you, I'm very interested in getting a commission from you,
Well,
sir.
excellent. Well, why don't we pull up a table and we can talk about that? Because I'm always happy to meet a patron. I must tell you, I don't come cheap. I'm a very famous sculptor. I also paint. But it's a Michael Jordan situation. Like, I also play baseball. But
Listen,
it's not very good.
someone needs to paint the sculpture, so I'm with you. Let's take a seat, friend. We'll talk. Don't worry. I'm a representative of a very new house. I'm the heir to the land of Akkad. Like, there is money on the table.
Oh, the god of war. Mm-hmm. Are any of your war sworn here?
No, I don't require them when one is as deadly as I.
Can you do the voice? I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Akkad.
Well, there's the one.
Lady Antebellum's taste is spectacular.
There is one of my favorite priests that I've heard was Zarkan Warbringer.
Very good, very good, very good. Bart, put him on my tab, and he takes you over to a seat by the fire. Smash cut to outside. A confused dwarf is approaching. Can you refresh the audience's memory? What do you look like right now, Juniper?
Grandpa Warwick is a very confused old dwarf man. Kind of has puke-colored clothing, kind of a dirty,
Jesus
dirty, you know, like
Christ.
that gross brown that's not sure if it's
That
a
looks
brown
like
or a
puke.
green.
That pukey brown.
with like a gross like Argyle sweater that's kind of
Yeah, he looks bad.
It's too big on him.
He's got a butt in the front.
yeah, very typical confused old man.
No.
Great.
Who doesn't know someone like that?
So, Grandpa Warwick, can you roll me an intelligence save to make sure you remember to go to the Gilded Bear, not the other taverns?
Sure. 15.
So, you did go to the other taverns, but as you got in the door, you're like,
Warwick, the other one.
yeah.
Which one? Left. Go left.
And then you did. It took you a minute to remember which one left was, but you got there.
I remember to hold out both my hands in the shape of an L.
I like to imagine you also did that thing, though, where you turn the hand and you're like, oh, no! Now they're both L's! So you make your way to the Gilded Bear, and there's a giant metal door with a slat.
I have a cane, and so I just rap on the door with a cane. Hello!
You hear some footsteps, and the slit opens, and there's a gnome. He's like, hey, what's the password?
I want beer. I have money.
How much money?
I can't remember. Maybe you can help count it for me.
That's my kind of customer. So the door opens, and you're immediately hit by the stench of moist warmness. But honestly, as kind of a gross old man, this is probably your favorite temperature.
Finally, somewhere warm enough to warm my cold bones.
Caillou, the gnome bouncer.
His name is Caillou.
Caillou Threeptorp.
Yep. Brings you in and says, hey, Bart, we got a paying customer. And he winks, and Bart goes, oh, a paying customer. Very good. Caillou sits you down. He's like, and listen, Reverend Father, what can I get you to drink?
I think oh dear. What should I drink?
For a venerable old elder like you, only the best, I think.
Yes, the best. The best for me.
So he
The
goes,
best for everyone.
and Bart starts singing a song of Old Man Drinks on Me. It's a future Kesha song. She hasn't done it yet, but it's going to be dope. He starts pouring the best, which is just a different tap that's probably connected to the same keg. And he starts very gleefully writing a tab. The gnome goes back to the door, and Bart brings you your drink. So you're looking around the room. It seems to be busy. There's a lot of very loud people who should really be keeping it down. There's no reason to be that loud. The music is also loud. Everything's too loud. Yeah. But the temperature is very nice, and the beer is certainly tasty. You see some orcs playing dice. You can see people just engaging in conversation. Someone seems to be eating a stew that smells very tasty. And across the room by the other fireplace, you can see sort of a large armored man with a red beard who looks vaguely familiar, and a thin bald man with a butterfly tattoo on his forehead.
Butthole! And I walk over to the armored man.
So, Butthole, you look up, and I don't think you saw
I think
Grandpa
I saw
Warwick.
Grandpa Warwick when Grandpa Warwick was shot.
Oh, that's right.
Just at
Because
the
he came
very
back shot.
end,
Yeah. So Grandpa Warwick comes stumbling over to you. Klepto looks up and says, oh, is this thing a friend of yours?
This is my companion's dad.
Oh, dear. Hello, old sir.
Oh, hello. Do you have a new friend?
Yep, we're all friends at this table. Friend's dad. I don't actually know my friend's dad's name.
Oh, well, here, I'll save you the embarrassment. I know it's embarrassing to ask someone you've known for a long time their name. Hello, my name is Klepto Branson, and I'm very famous.
What?
Klepto Branson, and I'm very famous.
Oh, good
Good for you.
Excuse me, I'm going to just have to go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back. So I get up and leave this train wreck of a conversation. So I go to the bathroom and I'm standing outside it and I'm like, Doddle, wait, Doddle, I need you, Doddle. And I'm like looking around because I assume she has been following me invisible this whole time. And I realize she's gone. And Grandpa, whoever the fuck that is here, which means like this is a train wreck. And I do not know what's happening. So I go into the bathroom. And is there like a window in the bathroom?
No, you're underground.
Ah, shit. Okay. Basically, Tom, what I want is a window where no one can see me lean out the window to call for Quinny. Is there a place I can do that?
No, you're currently, because this thing is built under the main street. So you're now 2 levels down.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to the table and be like, wow, what a great dump. I have to, Klepto, we've got my friend's dad here. I'm going to go get my companion to come back and collect his dad. So just a minute, I'll be right back. And then I leave Grandpa Warwick and Klepto and I like go outside, flag over Quinny. And when you come over to me, I take out the fuck harness because I have it in my bag of holding. And I'm like, everyone knows you as a rogue right now. And I've told them you're my companion. I don't know where Doddle is. She fucking disappeared. And Grandpa Dumbass is in there just tanking it. I cannot do this alone. So I need you to get into this. You're my companion now.
I'm just looking at my inventory for any excuse not to do this, but I don't have anything. Yeah, all right. I don't see how it's going to help hide my fucking face, but sure, I throw on this skimpy leather-strapped fuck harness.
Mama, you don't know this, but we stole this from
I wish I could unknow it.
Yeah,
me too.
We stole this from a brothel when Quinny had to go undercover. So it's like a hardcore, like leather-strapped BDSM outfit that he looks amazing in. So we'll give you that.
So what you're telling me is you're like, Quinny, you need to be in disguise. Put this on so you're going to look like Quinny in a leather harness.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're going to look like a prostitute because I assume no one saw his face that much. I'm also going to put my eye patch of the owl on you so it'll cover up one eye and it has like Elton John style gems
He
off
already
the
has
edge.
an eye patch.
I know, we're putting it over that eye patch because we got to make him fancy and shit. What else can we put on you? I got to look. What
You
other
can spend some stress.
what
if you
other
want.
stuff do we have?
Oh, can I spend stress?
She can. I don't
Yeah,
think you
no,
can.
you don't get to.
I have
just
stress
me.
to spend. You can't tell me I can't spend 3 stress to tell you a story about how I have some fucking normal clothes.
I would like to spend more stress to cancel out his stress.
Okay, well, you both have 5 stress. Do you want to blow it on this?
If he's gonna make me,
It's a stress challenge. Whoever gives me
5
more
stress.
6. I'll go into debt. I don't give a shit.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Okay, Quinny rolled me a dexterity save. Butthole roll me a wisdom save. It's an opposed check. Whoever wins gets it because you can't spend more stress than you have.
Ah, shit. Oh, nat 20.
Yeah, that's fine. He can just do whatever.
So Butthole,
thank
you
God.
fully chase him around trying to get the fuck harness on him, but he's gotten very good at dodging it. But the problem still remains that he doesn't have any clothes to enter the bar with.
No, that's totally fine. I will wear parts of this harness, and I quickly kind of like fashion it into a Valdo from Soul Calibur like face wrap. So it's just like leather straps like covering up my bad eye and stuff like that, and then one over my mouth and some sort of like weird symbol of quiet servitude. And I'll put my hood up over as well.
So I'm going to let you do that. That said, because you've taken a vow of silence and servitude, Butthole, you get to describe who he is and what he does.
Oh, I mean, come on, that goes without saying anyway.
know.
I could speak when he calls me the jester, and it doesn't mean I'm not the jester now.
Great. Smash cut back inside. Grandpa Warwick, what have you been talking to Klepto about?
Would you believe that Butthole found me in a cave?
A cave?
A cave. I was wandering and lost.
Oh, dear. That sounds most terrible.
But now Butthole does all sorts of things for me. Like on Mondays, he takes me to my doctor's appointment. And then after that, we go out for ice cream. Now, I can't eat too much ice cream because it's bad for my blood sugars. But he gives me just enough to make me happy, and that's nice.
Can you
And
roll me
then
a
after-
perception check?
13.
13. You look up just in time to see Klepto leave.
Oh, he didn't get to hear the end of the story. And then a single tear runs down my cheek.
There are people sitting close by. Do you want to finish the story for them?
I would like to walk up to the 3 orcs.
Okay, you walk up to 3 orcs playing dice. And they're like, okay, gentlemen, seems like we are tied. Next roll gets the win.
And then on Tuesdays,
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, our special guest, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons.